Hey everyone, Brett here. I tried recording a zombies video. Turns out that did not go well. The end of the video got basically laggy. There was no ending to it after like 15 minutes, and it was a 40-minute video. Um, but basically what I want to do real quick, just to try to get something out there before 5 p.m. today, is to show the Apple Music coding. I know I've done it before, and I don't know. I don't actually remember if I posted the video. I don't think that if I did post it, it showed what I was trying to. So what this is me showing all the coding and cleaning that I did to set it up to where it gives me 10 songs a day that I pick, and then I'll also show the Shiny app that it made. Unfortunately, the Shiny app was pretty much made with some Chat GPT, but that was because I couldn't figure it out on my own, and I still don't understand full stack or any of those sites without having some context behind what they're trying to answer and how they come to that conclusion. So, okay, basically what I'm doing to start off with is loading in the, the XML file that is my Apple Music library. It goes through, it gets the roots and the nodes and the key values, and then sets it up. I won't run any of this just because it takes so long to do, which is why I I think it takes like 15 minutes basically to run all the stuff before even getting to anything after this. It's this giant do call and lapply for every single factor. Anyways, so what I create out of that is a giant uh, data frame that is basically all the songs, information for each song. And then I go through and I clean it up to make stuff like uh, the values going through and taking out for the release date, the skip total count value, the last play date, the play total, um, the date I added it to my library. Year released, it was a part of the information, so I wanted to keep it, even though that can be varied. Like if an old song from the 40s and 50s gets re-released, it'll have that year instead of like 1943. Um, Total time is in milliseconds. So I had to go through and eventually do the math on it to clean up all that. So basically what I'm left with is like the artist, the album name, the genre, um, even I think it's the last date that I skipped the song. I think that is an option on here. Um, I think it might have been, but the value was not working. So I guess I don't think it actually ran and I had to take it out. Um, but then it goes through and I have to like edit some of the values. Luckily, there's really not a lot for the amount of songs I had that I had to go through and fix just because some stuff that was like in that says album in the song title, it will get taken out and filtered if I ran it to get the actual albums for the other songs. And I write it all as a CSV file, which I actually can run now. And what that is, it's lagging a little bit, running 4%. I'm not sure if it popped up that message I was trying to run. Oh, wait, I know what it is. Let me stop the Shiny app just so I can get that going. So what all of that coding creates is the full data frame where it's the song title, artist, the album name, the track number, which I'll explain later as to why I kind of wanted that as well. The total number of plays, the genre, the date I added it. So this is currently in date time order. Um, And that's pretty much whenever I first got Apple Music, and I also bought like or I created my Apple ID. So all the songs that I did have before, technically their data doesn't count until I re-add the stuff at a later time. Um, let's see, then there is the total number of hours, minutes, seconds listed, the time I last played it. So like December 27th, 2025 for Can't Feel My Face. The total number of skips. I don't think this one's accurate, and I'm not sure how they're actually getting this sort of information from it because I know for a fact that this song has come on several times in the last couple months alone where I've skipped through it just because I wasn't in the mood to listen to them. Now, the most prominent skip count is I think it's 18, but that's because it's 109 skips versus 65 for the second one. And that's only because it's like the first song in my library. I'm sure most people's. And I just skip it every time. Um, but anyway, so what I do after all of this is done is it goes through and it picks or it filters out songs that have the same title, but it's the same title by the same artist that it like none of the information is different. It somehow just splits up like one song could have 1 million milliseconds hypothetically, and the other one could have 1,000,001 somehow in the file save. So there's two ones. So I just combine the two and then remove it from there, keep the higher one, and then it goes through and it creates a full list of each possible song list. So this is what I did before just to get the days. But whenever I ran it in our studio, it kept giving me errors. And it's because if I run it in a loop, it will not, I think it would run itself so many times that it wouldn't actually output what it was supposed to. And so none of what it was wanting to do after a certain time was getting done. So all of this to say, all of the information now is something that I can change the body background, the side panels, and all that stuff. I can change the colors on this. Um, and then one last thing I wanted to add, but I can't get it to work for whatever reason unless I go through and individually get each song, which I honestly I don't have the time to do. So unless I can figure that out soon, then I can get it done. But it takes all of the lyrics for all the songs and searches for their lyrics on Genius with an API key and returns all of the lyrics as well. So when I click on a song and the thing you're about to see, it will show up with the lyrics, but it doesn't work currently, and I'm not sure why. Um, but anyway, I'll go ahead and run this and show everybody instead of just yapping about it. So let me see, make sure it's showing what I want. Uh, should be showing now. Hopefully. Okay, there we go. So what this does is I will, on the first actual day I run this, I'll hit random shuffle and it'll go through and it will create every single day for the total songs divided by 10 and then have a remainder day, of course. And what will it will do is it will show all of the songs up to 10. Of course, the font, I need to change the color. I'm also actually sort of sitting in the way, so I'm going to try to fix this too. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Uh, when I click on the song, you can see the info a little better. And over here, the lyrics don't pop up, and I don't know what this error means also. But um, basically, what I want to also do is have information for each of the 10 songs. So that way, like what I notice when something cool happens when you shuffle your music, there is stuff like if I have a Kendrick Lamar album or something like that, it will have sometimes the song and then the following song that's after that one is the song that's chronologically in the same order in the album itself. And then the other songs after that will be nowhere close to it. So I just wanted to see like how often that can happen. I think, I guess it's not showing all that information. I thought it did. Maybe all of this is blocking it and I can't scroll. I'm not sure what that does. There's a little green arrow button at the bottom. Anyway, so what I wanted that stuff like the track number for was to count that and then also have a little counter in the side. So maybe like one day, Imagine Dragons has 3 songs on the 10, but that would mean that out of like maybe the 7 or so songs I do have, 3 of them showed up on one day. And now there's either going to be 4 other days where that can happen, or 2 other days, or one other day where all 4 happen. 3 happens again, one happens, two and two, 1 and 3. Just random stuff that I thought about doing. And another one I wanted to do was like the average age of the song for all of them, but I have to get like an accurate day that the song was released for anything that just doesn't seem right. And one final thing I want to try to do, but I have no idea how to actually physically get that, is for um like songs that you know from another song, like a sample or something that was sampled. Because I know I have several songs that I picked just because I know that that song was a sample. Like Miss Fat Booty by Mos Def is a song that I know a lot of people have. That was by, oh, Aretha Franklin. One Step at a Time is I think is what it's called. But just some small stuff that I wanted to do, and I also change the colors on this, make it a little more presentable, and then I'll publish this, and then hopefully make it to where other people can post their stuff into it for their XML file, and I'll also try to do a video showing how I got my XML file. But that pretty much wraps it up here. For this, I do have the Pokemon code that I was talking about the other day, but nothing much has happened since then with that. I've been a little busy with work, and then zombies. I really don't want to do more using ChatGPT or any of that stuff, just because, trying to maybe help the use of AI go down for something that I can probably try to figure out myself. Oh, excuse me. But basically, I will run all of this stuff by myself, and then whatever it gives me, I'll show like a screenshot of it at the beginning of a video. So that way you have physical proof. And of course, I can do it to where I can run it again, but I'll try to get like an actual counter for the number of times I've run something so that way it can seem a little more fair. But obviously, like nobody's sitting at home wondering how I'm able to go to round 50 with all 7 perks in a map with all guns, and it probably took like 20 minutes to run that until get it. But yeah, I think this will wrap it up here. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking so far or what other pieces of information I can add for the songs. But yeah, that should be about it. Thank y'all for the support.